Yeah, we bring reviews of your house, talk to our dudes of your house. I bring my views of your house, wrestling truths of your house. We talk to you in your house, we keeps it cool in your house, we keeps it cool in your house. I'm spitting truths in your house. Yeah. Mark's hating on his fans, Becky Nish on the man. Play with two like a lion, household a dangerous alliance. I am a nightmare like Cody, and I'm overcoming like Kobe. No, they cannot hold me. Come listen, I'm hosting, critiquing, I'm boasting. This wrestling I'm knowing.
It's all about podcasts these days.
My name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you're listening to the In Your House podcast. This is Austin Theory of Evolve, and you're listening to the In Your House podcast.
This is AEW's Darby Allin, and you're listening to In Your House podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In Your House, starring Alakan House and my man Michael Hutcherson and Dox. This is the People's Podcast. Hey guys, you already know who it is. It's your boys, Con, Hutch, and Dox, ready to get at it. Work. When it comes to this professional wrestling business, that is what we do, and hey, we love it. So let me let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's all right. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you. And ooh, where is the clock? I'm checking the time because last time that I checked, In Your House was the hottest professional wrestling podcast in the Midwest, because we give you that work, round the clock. You guys already know what it is. I got my dudes in the building, Hutchie, Hutch, and Dox. How's it going, fellas?
And it's going fantastic.
Yeah.
We're still here at the Heroes and Legends, man. Again,
Yes.
to see humanity, this place is just starting to get packed.
Absolutely, it's part 3.
And again, just the faces that we're seeing here, man. It's just like I'm trying to be professional, but my inner childhood, man.
I know,
is just
right? Like it's coming out, bro. It's coming out.
Crazy.
Absolutely.
So, but I'm with it, man. And as always, we're gonna leave it woke like an alarm clock, like we always do.
Yes,
bro.
oh yes. And
Let's give it
Dox,
to
how
'em.
you doing, man?
Did you just butcher my name? It's 3 letters, dude. You said Hux.
Hey, you can get Hawks.
It's
We gonna
on-
get that Hawks.
It's on my shirt, bro.
Dox, I don't read that shit.
You've been hanging out with Hutch for far too long. It's killed your brain cells.
Oh yeah, that's.
I love you put that heat on me.
I know he
Thanks.
threw it right at you, bro. Threw it right at
he
you.
ain't
But
wrong, though.
we're not talking about heat right now. We're talking about respect, and we have a very, very well respected a wrestler here right now, and she is a former women's champion, and also she was also in the pay-per-view Evolution in the Battle Royal, and that was historic, and it was amazing. And that is Molly Holly. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be on your show. This is awesome.
Thank you so much for coming on. It's amazing. I mean, seeing you, and I just got to say, with the utmost due respect, because it's 2019, people get offended and whatnot, but you look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. So you're here at Heroes and Legends 13, and we're having a great time here, and I saw, and as soon as I saw you, I was like, I have to talk to Molly Holly. I have to talk to her because she's absolutely amazing, and man, the things that you've done in your career, I mean, I just remember growing up watching you and how amazing that you were, whether you were just doing Molly Holly or you were Super Molly, and that was awesome, and now you're here, and I gotta ask you this, you're here at Heroes and Legends 13, and your illustrious career, I mean, everything that you've done, the first thing I want to ask you is this, I mean, we just want to get right into it, I mean, had so many accomplishments, and I'm willing to guess which one I think would stand out. But as far as what you've done in your career, what would you say has been like the biggest thing that you've done? Maybe not what fans think, but in yourself, what you think has been just like a benchmark in your career.
For me, it's every time that a woman gets inducted into the Hall of Fame and they mention me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That makes sense.
I feel like,
Absolutely,
oh my gosh, they like said I was somehow contributed somehow to their success, and so
absolutely.
that makes me feel really good.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure.
And I could see that because this women's revolution, evolution, one and the same, and it's been amazing, and really, you know, were a catalyst for that. You know, just an absolute catalyst because. You know, you came from the different time where women's wrestling isn't what it is now, but you were still an amazing in-ring competitor, respected in the ring, and maybe, you know, more so now than ever.
Oh, well, thank you. I know that when I was first starting to train in wrestling, people were saying, but what are you training for? There isn't a women's division. Like Sable was kind of doing her thing at the WWF, and WCW didn't have a women's division. So they're like, well, why are you even bothering training to be a wrestler when that's not even like a thing?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm just doing it for fun, you know?
Yeah.
So then sure enough, as the opportunities came, I was really glad that I was prepared for it.
For sure, absolutely, absolutely. Hutch, go ahead, man.
Well, one thing I can commend you on is that, you know, as we established, you know, you were kind of from a different era, so to speak. Like you said, like they were asking, what do you even train for? Like you, I feel like you could work today. You could work in damn near any era out there.
Yes.
But one question that I always like love to throw out there is the stories, man. Like, because you guys, I'm sure you've seen insanity in regards of road stories and stuff like that. You got any fun like road stories that you could share that you can actually talk about on our show?
Well, I guess I have one that will be safe because I won't be mentioning others, but
Right.
they told me that I was getting an action figure, and I was so excited because, I mean, to get an action figure is like a big deal, you know?
For sure.
So they told me, okay, it's going to be on the Toys R Us at this particular time. So I go to the store, and there were a couple of 10-year-old boys looking at the Molly Holly characters, and I was like wanting to get in there so I could buy one, and they were deciding who they wanted, and from behind them I said, why don't you get the Molly Holly one? And they look at me and they go, nah, she sucks.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I have to vehemently disagree with them.
I was like, I would agree with him, but then we'd both be wrong.
Right.
You know,
But so I have to ask you this. You know, you're a former women's champion, not Divas champion, but women's champion, which I love that title design. Beautiful title design. When you first won the women's championship, like, was that how was that for you? Like that moment when you just won it, you know?
So I think I thought it was going to feel different than it did.
Yeah.
You know, I won the championship. That night I got stood up for a date. And then the next morning, I walk out of my Motel 6 and I spilled coffee like all over myself. And I'm like, gosh, I don't really feel much like a champion. You know, I mean, I got through it, it's fine, but it just wasn't like as glamorous as I was expecting.
But you know what? That tells me you're a real champion because that's real world problems you're going through right there. So I'm with that.
But the biggest thing that blows me away in that entire story is, who in the world would stand up Molly Holly?
Well, let me tell you, he came for a dark match and he was not invited back. His career died that night.
Yes,
as it should have.
As it should have. Absolutely. So
talk about a botch. Good
man,
Lord.
not a good move. But I gotta ask you this. So once again, I have to go back to the women's revolution, and I want to ask you this. I mean, the when they had Evolution and you were in the Battle Royal, which was huge and historic and just great for the ladies, and it that's how it should be. When you ran out there and received the reaction that you received, because I remember watching it. And I'm like, my goodness, she looked like she stepped out of a time machine. Like, you just looked amazing. So what was it like running down and getting that type of reaction, because I just remember looking at the internet that night in the comments, and people were saying Molly Holly should come back, and so what was you feeling?
I mean, it's always nice to be remembered.
Sure.
You know, so when my music plays and I hear the fans cheering, it's like, oh, they remember me.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
As far as like the actual in-ring stuff, like I could feel that the passion for it wasn't with me, and I almost felt guilty about taking up airtime when there's other people who are like, that's like their love, you know? And
Yeah.
there was a season where I felt at home there, but when it came to the actual wrestling, I was like, oh, this like isn't me. And even though I was flattered to be back, like I didn't feel like this is where I belong.
And if you're gonna do it, you want to make sure you're putting your heart into
Right.
it.
I'll say, yeah, if you're not in 100%,
Respect
then,
that.
yeah.
Hutch?
This is another question I always like asking as well, you know, because we got a lot of listeners and stuff out there. Somebody, you know, especially our female listeners, you know, the 5 of them that we have.
Yeah, we don't got that many.
But we're working on it. Anyway,
We're working on it.
if anybody's, you know, aspiring to get into the wrestling business, what advice would you give them?
Well, just that it's important in the relationships that you have from the beginning, as far as how you treat the referees, how you treat people who set up the ring. Like, these are people that not only may come up with you, but you are going to see them on the way back down.
Yeah.
And
There you go,
it's
yeah.
just that I just think reputation is super important.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you're kind to everyone, no matter what stage of your career that you're in, it'll just benefit you in general.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
You heard it, guys. There you go.
So I want to ask you this. Right now, it's probably the best time to be a wrestling fan. I mean, that has been in a very, very long time. You know, we have AEW, WWE, SmackDown just debuted on Friday on Fox, which was amazing. And so I want to ask you this: Are you still following anything? Are you kind of staying, you know, just kind of doing your own thing, or where are you at on that?
So to be honest, I don't watch television at all.
Well, I don't watch unless it's that. Unless it's wrestling, I don't really watch
You
television
know,
either.
and I feel bad because like when I do autograph signings, like fans want to talk to me about what's happening
Yeah, for
out
sure.
there, you know, and then when I do get invited backstage or for a thing, I feel bad that I don't know who the people are because I want to be able to sincerely like comment on the work. Say, oh, I love how you do this. I love how you do that.
Yeah.
I remember when Ricky Steamboat, who I loved when I was a kid, he had came backstage to try his hand at being a producer or an agent.
Sure.
And I was champion, and I wanted him to know that I was champion. He'd never even heard of me, and I'm like, but you're going to be working here. Like, I wanted my idol to like say, wow, you're doing a great job, but he never even saw the show, and so I feel like, oh no, like now I'm someone who doesn't know who people are.
Now you're on the other side, yeah.
So I feel bad about it. But.
No, it is what it is. I mean, you have real world problems. You know what I mean?
Yep,
you
that's
got
real.
other stuff you got to worry about. So I respect and understand it. That's what are you thinking, man?
Well, again, like I said, I'm just, appreciate you taking the time to be on our show, man. And let me ask this: who would you say of all the people that you worked with, who would you say was your favorite talent to work with in ring?
In the ring, well, I guess anytime there was like a big fan reaction, like good or bad, that made it more fun for me.
Sure.
So I mean, Trish was super popular. Lita, I loved working with both of them because the fans really got behind them, and it
And as a
made it
fan,
fun,
excellent
so.
matches. Talking from a fan's perspective, money, absolute money. So
Yeah. But I mean, anytime I got to be in the ring with one of the guys, like I swear, all the highlights of my career for me are me taking the finishing maneuvers of the heavyweight champions. I've been angle slammed. I've gotten stunned by Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
There's like tons of bumps that I've taken from like the guys, and that's always like one of those things where I'm like, I got beat up really good.
Right.
Oh man, we're having a great time here. We are talking to Molly Holly, former women's champion. When you guys listen to this, it will be Wednesday morning, 6 a.m. So put in your house, in your ears while you're driving the kids to school, or maybe you're just driving to work. So the next question that I wanted to ask you is you had an opportunity to induct Ivory into the Hall of Fame. I want to ask you, I don't know how it went, because I'm not following you around or anything, but when that call was made, what did it mean to you to be the inductor of Ivory?
Yeah, Ivory was the one who asked me if I would have the honor, and
That's awesome.
I was so happy. I mean, her and I have had some great times on the road together, and I mean, she could have chosen anyone, and so it really made me feel honored and privileged to be able to be a part of that.
Absolutely. Oh no, absolutely. That's amazing. That's amazing. So another thing I wanted to just say, like, I really like what you did with Spike Dudley. That was good.
Yes.
It really gave me that, like, I want to say this right, like Hatfield and McCoy type vibe, like maybe Romeo and Juliet, you know,
Yeah.
two families that don't like each other, but, you know, star-crossed lovers and whatnot.
Yeah.
What was it like doing that?
It was
angle?
great, and Spike was so respectful and so great to work with.
Yeah.
Like, we love that we kind of had like this Disney love story where
Yeah.
it wasn't vulgar or rude. It
Yeah.
was just like sweet.
Yes.
And so to have the contrast in the show where there's like violence and there's like all this stuff, but then to have this like sweet little moment. And,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there was one skit where we were just about to have our first smooch, and like Tajiri bumps into us and popcorn goes flying, and like there's just like all these little like fun campy type
Yeah.
of things. So yeah, it was great.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Hutch, man, you want to jump in? Anything that you want to ask Molly Holly?
Yeah, if there's, what would you say if you can? Because again, you know, I tend not to like to dwell on the negative or anything, but is there anything like looking back on that you did that thought, man, that didn't work out the way that I wanted it to? I wish I'd have done that different, or anything like that, or something that just
the
didn't
kind of
pan
weird
out?
thing about now with the internet and everything is I could say like this terrible moment thing that I hated, and then everybody would be like, oh, they'd like search it and then they'd see it and then it'd be like relived.
Fair
But-
enough,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
that's
there
true.
are a couple of moments in my WCW career
Yes, yes.
that I really I was so new that I didn't really have like the authority to say no, that's terrible. I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
But it was just so there were a few things in WCW where looking back, I'm just like, oh, I wish that wasn't a part of my career. I wish that I wasn't asked to do those things, and I wish that was not like frozen in time.
Right.
Yeah.
That could have
For
been
sure, for
different.
sure. Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. So it's been a great conversation, Molly, and I really appreciate you taking your valuable time to come on and talk to us. So what we love to do here at In Your House is give you opportunity to plug anything that you want to plug, maybe some appearances that you have coming up, social medias, anything, you know. And it's your time. Go ahead and plug anything that you want to plug. Plug away.
Okay, so I'm not on social media, and I'm not doing anything important. However, I would love if people would donate money to Mile in My Shoes, Minnesota. It is a running club that goes to homeless shelters and halfway houses and gets people that are starting a new life into running and positive community.
Oh, that's
There you go. Awesome.
That's awesome.
I'm with it.
Absolutely. So she is not on social media, guys, which, you know, I don't really blame her. Sometimes you guys can be, you know.
I don't blame her.
it's rough, man. It's rough. Not you guys in the household, though. You guys are awesome, but yeah.
The rest of you heathens out there,
man,
man,
not so great, not so great. But Molly, thank you so much for taking time out to come and talk to us. We really, truly appreciate it, and thank you for everything that you did and putting your body on the line for our entertainment. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Guys, that was Molly Holly, and a former women's champion, and we had a great conversation. She was absolutely excellent, and once again, looked like she stepped out of a time machine. Doesn't look any worse for wear, and she just looks amazing. But it's that time, guys. It's that time, and Dox, once again, I'm gonna have you jump in and plug anything that you want to plug, man.
Well, I do want to thank Molly Holly for coming on the show. That was, again, another incredible experience today. Has been awesome here at Heroes and Legends.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And as my new best friend Buff Bagwell gets situated, I think I'm just going to step away from the mic and try to get into a safe zone.
There you go. There you go.
I was too busy trying to pick up something off the ground and realized I was 50 years old. It took me 2 minutes.
We love Buff, man. He's great, man. Absolutely great. Hutch, go ahead, man.
Well, I can't follow that. But yeah, you guys can, speaking of follow, you guys can follow me on the Twitter at HutchIYH. Give me a follow, let me know what you did. And y'all can also follow me on the Instagram at Hutch in Your House, and that's spelled just like the show that's going into your ear holes as I speak to you.
Yes.
So, you know what we always say here, regardless of what you cheer or what you boo, be it WWE, AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, Impact, it doesn't matter. We are wrestling, we are Legion, we are one. Thank you very much for listening. We'll catch you next time.
We are one. One of the great slogans of the show from my man Mikey Hutch. And guys, once again, this was another great episode. This is part three of Heroes and Legends 13. And you know what we do? We get out work. So let me let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's all right. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, hey, we can get to you. We are still here. It is October 5th. Heroes and Legends 13, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Still the official podcast of this event. And if you can't make it and if you are not here, you can check it out on Fight TV with your boy Khan and Hutch on commentary. Guys, what are you doing? Buy a freaking shirt. That's www.prowrestlingtees.com/inyourhouse. Get this work. Get this shirt. Guys, we tell you this all the time. Hop on this bandwagon. Get home. Or get gone. Because the household, well, we still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.